Okay, girls, so I've had a lot of questions about the different types of pyramids, and I wanted to clear a few things up. So you see that I've got an anchor chart going, and on this we're looking at food pyramids, pyramid of numbers, and the pyramid of biomass. Okay, so at the top you see the food chain. We have grass and a random bug and a random bird, and that makes the food chain. The arrows are showing the direction of the transfer of food in the form of matter and energy from one trophic level to the next. In the pyramid, you see the exact same things with the producers on the bottom, primary consumers above that, secondary consumers above that. So it's the exact same information, just in a slightly different format, and that, of course, we know as a food pyramid. But, of course, there are a few little differences. So the next between the food pyramid and the other two. So let's talk about these. So in the pyramid of numbers, please note that it shows the relative number of organisms. So when we're talking about grass, we're talking about individual blades of grass. And it's going to take a whole lot of blades of grass to feed the bugs. And again, there's going to be a whole lot of bugs to be able to keep that bird alive. So when we're looking at relative numbers for pyramid of numbers, it's a guesstimate, but we know that the grass is going to be much larger than the bugs, which is going to be a much larger number than the birds. So we've got these boxes representing that, and even though it's not a typical triangular shape pyramid, this is more of a South American style pyramid or step pyramid, that's what this one is for. So that's the pyramid of numbers. The pyramid of biomass is going to show the actual, well, not actual, it's a relative again, relative amount of total mass of the organisms at each level. So if we took every single blade of grass and we measured its mass, and we took every little bug that ate that grass and we measured its mass, and we got all the birds that were eating those bugs that were eating the grass and we measured its mass, we'd come up with something like this. So we'd have a lot of grass, fewer bugs, very little birds. Okay, now if you compare the two, you'll notice that biomass of birds is going to be a lot smaller than the pyramid of numbers for birds. Okay, and the biomass of bugs is going to be smaller than the pyramid of numbers for bugs. And this is just showing us when we're talking about how much matter these things are taking up, it's going to reflect something more along the lines of these, okay? Because the birds are bigger, they're going to have more mass individually. The bugs are bigger, not as big as the birds, but they'll have a little bit more mass in the individual blades of grass. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, not everything, not every food chain is going to have pyramids that look quite like that. So let me show you another food pyramid and the pyramid of numbers and biomass that go with it, just for comparison. So over here, and the color is the same, so we've got the food pyramid, we've got the pyramid of numbers, and then we have the pyramid of biomass. So for our food pyramid, we're looking at the acorns on a tree, squirrel, and hawk, okay? For the pyramid of numbers, you're only going to have one tree, right? And a whole bunch of squirrels can live in that tree, and one hawk can live off of all those squirrels, okay? Or, maybe two hawks. So they're going to have maybe a couple more hawks than you do trees. But a one big oak tree can make a heck of a lot of acorns, supporting a very large population of squirrels in its branches. When we're looking at biomass, even though it's just one tree, it's huge and takes up a lot of space. So it's going to have a larger mass than the squirrel population, than the hawk population. And so this would be a good example of just a different twist on those shapes. So when y'all are looking at your ecological pyramids, your food pyramid and your pyramid of numbers and your pyramid of biomass, I want you to think about how many and how much. How many individuals are going to make up each of those trophic levels, and how much space are each of those things going to take up. Okay? I hope this helps clear up some information. If you have questions, let me know. Have a great day, and don't forget, wash your hands.